I will pass it over to Commissioner Infante Green.
Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon now, right? So I want to start off by repeating what I said last week because it's really important, I think. The president gave us a charge, but our governor gave it to us weeks before the president even announced that this is the direction that we needed to go in. So I am truly grateful for that vision and putting us on the right path. So I have to say, our teachers have shown up, have been doing the work. They come in, they're with our kids. Those of them that are virtual are on all the time. So our teachers deserve to have this added layer of mitigation. So we're excited about being part of this new plan for vaccination because our teachers have outdone themselves. When the governor said that we are leading the nation, our teachers have led the nation. Our teachers have come back, have really supported our students, and this is just one of the many things that our teachers deserve. So I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank the municipal leaders, because yesterday I had an opportunity to talk to the superintendents. And almost in every case, they said, oh, we've already spoken to them. They have reached out. They're ready to go. Everyone's excited about the possibilities. And not only the possibilities, we have this timeline that we intend to exceed. I know, that's a lot of pressure on us. But we're going to do it because we're a state that knows how to rally together and make sure that things happen. And every municipality is different and will take a different approach. And that is what's important to us, is that we understand the nuances of all the communities. With that being said, Providence is a very different community. So Providence, we're excited to announce, will have clinics run by Lifespan. The Partnership for Rhode Island has reached out and really wanted to take this on. So there will be 2 clinics that will have 2 days a week for the next 3 weeks to vaccinate only school staff, not just teachers, but the school staff that were mentioned already. That is really important for Providence because Providence not only has the largest number, but also has private schools, a lot of childcare centers that also will be part of the vaccination protocol. So they will have a different approach, not just with the municipality. So the collaboration is key for us to continue as we move forward, because we're only going to start understanding what those gaps are for our students, what has actually taken place. We're going to look at the data. We're going to figure out what are the supports that our kids need moving forward. And we can only do that if we work together, districts, municipality, all of us being one as we move forward. So I'd like to thank all of you. I'd like to thank you for supporting the Department of Education, for supporting your teachers, your superintendents, and your principals. We feel an immense amount of gratitude. Thank you, Governor McKee, for making us front and center. Now I'd like to turn it over to someone else who has been a staunch supporter of vaccination for teachers, Frank Flynn.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'm proud to stand here on behalf of the Rhode Island Federation of Teachers today and all teachers throughout the state and thank Governor McKee for making vaccinations for all Rhode Islanders a top priority. And while today we're focusing on the education community, we all recognize that we're not safe until everyone who wants a vaccine has access to it. So on behalf of the educational community, I want to thank you for making this a priority. And because we all know that this past year, as the Commissioner articulated so clearly, has been one of the most challenging years, if not the most challenging year in my lifetime in education. Students, teachers, families, the community have faced incredible challenges. And I, too, am very proud of all the work that everyone in the education community has done, getting together and collaborating to make sure that they provided the best possible education under the most stressful times. Excuse me. So we recognize that this pandemic has placed tremendous stress on the emotional and educational well-being of our students and the mental health of our staff. If you talk to teachers anywhere, they will tell you that this has been a very trying time, but I can honestly say that I've seen people do incredible things and work together with, at times, limited resources, but everyone throughout the entire education community, from top to bottom, every single person has banded together and worked to support one another and to try to make the best possible outcomes for our students. And it is universally recognized that we need to do everything we can to get as many students back into our schools as possible, as quickly and as safely as we can. And we also know that schools are congregate settings, and they present numerous logistical and time challenges to open safely. In addition to masks and other PPE, appropriate social distancing, adequate ventilation, preventive and cleaning sanitation protocols, this will provide another level of protection to safeguard against this insidious disease. And we're particularly grateful that Governor McKee has recognized that the entire school system is its own ecosystem. Educators, school secretaries, bus drivers, bus monitors, custodians, all staff deserve to be included as one entity of school support staff, and not just teachers as they're doing in some other municipalities and states. So it's really important, and we really thank you for recognizing that, Governor, that these are all essential employees, and they deserve equal treatment. And by rolling out this into communities, it's much more convenient and much more efficient, and for that, all of our members are very grateful. So on behalf of the RIFT and educators everywhere, I want to thank you, Governor, and Rhode Island Department of Health, RIDE, and all the other entities that have made this possible. And this is a very important step towards getting our schools reopened and prioritizing the health and safety of not only our students, but our staff as well. So thank you.
Yeah, no, so Frank, thank you, and thank you for all the other speakers. Now, next speaker will be our National Education Association, the President, Larry Patil. Sorry, said it wrong.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Governor. This is huge, and as President Biden recently said, that education is essential, and by rolling this out today, the governor understands how essential education is and the role that educators, all educators, teachers, staff, bus drivers, aides, have played in this, and childcare workers, the importance they play in our communities. And I have to tell you, Governor, talk about hitting the ground running. It's been an endless 100-yard sprints the last year. It was a year ago on Saturday that Governor Raimondo reached out and said, we're going to have to close all schools and go to distance learning. And that has impacted students over the past 12 months. But this, starting as soon as the end of this week, getting a shot in everyone's arm by the end of March, and then by the middle of April, around April vacation, having everyone vaccinated gives us hope and opportunity moving forward for the spring, the summer, and into the fall. And I want to thank Dr. Alexander Scott, and we represent the members at the Department of Health who have really been working 24/7 on all of this. One of the major issues that we faced throughout this was the fact that administrators had a difficult time staffing schools because so many people were being quarantined. And you had administrators who had to make decisions at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, whether we're going to go distance learning or in person the next day. That impacted students, it impacted families, and it impacted families in job considerations. This helps to relieve all of that and helps to relieve the anxiety. Yes, it doesn't solve everything. We still have to have robust testing. We're still going to be wearing masks, social distancing. But this provides that opportunity for students to come back in person for that relationship and that bond and to meet the social, emotional, and educational needs. And then we can work with the governor and the commissioner and RIDE to address all the other issues and the inequities that existed pre-pandemic and certainly been highlighted and magnified over the past 12 months. So, Governor, I want to thank you again for being the leader on this, making this happen. As I stated at the beginning, this is huge for educators, for families, and for students. It may be one shot in the arm of one person, but that one shot has a huge domino effect and is really going to impact and move education forward in Rhode Island. So thank you.
Thanks, Larry, and as many of us say, right, everything is local, and so our next speaker will be the president of the Pawtucket Teachers Alliance, Ron Beaupre. Ron?
Good afternoon. My name is Ron Beaupre. I'm president of the Pawtucket Teachers Alliance and a proud fourth grade teacher at Agnes Little Elementary School. And I have to say hello to my amazing fourth graders in room 139. I told them that I would say hello to them today, so I want to make sure that I honor that. Thank you, Governor McKee and Mayor Grebian, for inviting me to participate in this important initiative for Rhode Island's educators and school staff. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Pawtucket School Committee and School Department Administration for keeping student and staff safety at the forefront of decision-making. Chairman Charbonneau, Superintendent McWilliams, your support for Pawtucket students and staff is and has always been unwavering, and that is greatly appreciated. This pandemic has certainly had a tremendous effect on everyone. Educators are no exception. We are extremely grateful for the efforts to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 that have been implemented in our school. However, we all recognize that no school environment can ever be made completely safe concerning COVID-19. Our classrooms are small and overcrowded, making appropriate physical distancing impossible. Educators are in close contact with children and other adults indoors for long periods of time. Stable groups only exist in that particular environment, becoming unstable as soon as we leave that environment. Yet, there is not an educator in the world who does not desire to deliver in-person instruction in as safe an environment as possible. Thanks to your vision and drive, Governor, having the opportunity to receive the vaccination now provides a layer of protection that delivers both peace of mind and reduces fear for educators and families. On behalf of the nearly 750 members of the Pawtucket Teachers Alliance and educators across the state, thank you, Governor, for your leadership, your respect for teachers and education support professionals, and for your commitment to expediting vaccinations for educators and school staff. Thank you very much, Governor. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least is a very important part of everything that we do in the city is our chairman of the Pawtucket School Committee, Jay Charbonneau. Jay?
Good afternoon, and welcome to St. Anthony's, one of two mass vaccination sites here in the great city of Pawtucket. Today is an important day, not only for the teachers and staff in Pawtucket, but for teachers and staff across the state of Rhode Island. It is also a hopeful day for our school communities. I want to thank Governor McKee for his leadership and, Governor, for your years of friendship to the city of Pawtucket. I heard the governor speaking about us all being one team. I believe today's announcement illustrates how efficiently and effectively things can happen when we all work together. Governor, thank you again, and on behalf of the Pawtucket School Committee, we are incredibly excited to be part of your team. We look forward to working with you and the administration to continue to deliver for our students, staff, and our community. I also want to thank Mayor Grebian City Council President Moran, members of the Pawtucket City Council, my colleagues on the Pawtucket School Committee, our Superintendent, Dr. McWilliams, Pawtucket Teachers Alliance President Beaupre, and all the individuals who make up the Pawtucket School Department. It hasn't always been easy, but we have a pretty good track record here in Pawtucket of building things by working together. And lastly, to our students and families, we recognize this has been an incredibly challenging time. We are here with you and for you. We thank you for the sacrifices you've made. It is my wish that you share the same sense of hope I feel today, that our best days are ahead of us, and that we will get there together. Thank you.